Hello and welcome to the video. This is a very quick video on these couple of things here. This is the servo channel changer called an SCC, and also this thing is called an SBUS decoder. Now the really cool thing is you can have more PWM outputs to run things like servos and ESCs inside a model than pins than you have on the receiver, and that is you can get the SBUS signal out of the SBUS port on your receiver, and then you can present whatever channels you want onto the various pins on this little thing here, and then you can plug your servos in, your ESCs, whatever, and you can control it all. Now this actually means that you can have up to 12 servos in a plane if you're running something like an X8R without having an extra receiver. Now in a previous video I talked about the fact that you can actually bind multiple receivers to the same model, and doing it that way you can have channels 1 to 8 on the first X8R, and you can have channels 9 to 16 on the second 8XR, but that's a relatively expensive way to do it. If you just need one or two more servo controls for maybe a brake, landing gear, or some scale detail on the model. So in this video, I very quickly want to show you how you set this up to answer the question from that Patreon. And I thought it might be interesting to a couple of you as well, because I've also tried something that's just blown one of these up. So let me just show you something not to do at the end of the video too. So the first thing we need to think about here is the fact that even when you connect to your receiver, and I'm connecting here using D16, is that what I've done is I've added on channels 10, 11, 12 and 13 the main switches here on the controls. I've also added the rotary controls as well. So typically on an X6R, when I'm binding to it, I'm selecting D16, channels 1 to 8 with telemetry, even though it looks like when you do that I'm only sending channels 1 to 8, I'm actually sending all 16 SBUS channels because I've set that up in the bind stuff. And I can prove that's the case by plugging in my M8 signal checker here and plugging it into the SBUS output of the X6R. If I move the controls on the radio, you can see that channels 10 through 15 are connected to those controls, and I can move them all. So even though I bound up with 1 to 8 with telemetry, it's actually because I've told it to send channels 1 to 16 over SBUS, it's sending everything out of that SBUS pin. So that means we can map those additional channels that the X8R isn't presenting to the pins for servos onto this little SBUS decoder, and then we can plug the servos into that. So what we need to do is we need to tell the SBUS decoder which channels it's going to output. So first of all, we need to just power the SCC, plug it into the battery port, and you can see at the moment there's nothing on the screen, and it defaults to set to 4, and there's nothing at the top. Now we are going to plug in the SBUS decoder into the servos. We're going to need something, ideally non-metal would be good, that we're going to use to press the little button on the SBUS decoder. We're going to plug it in, and you'll see immediately it says 01. Now what that's reading is the channel that's going to be output for that particular output. Now by default it's powered on to 1, so what we need to do is go down on this little rocker switch, and it's a little bit fiddly. The rocker switch isn't brilliant on these, to say the least. You need to fiddle with it until eventually you highlight the number, then you can use the rocker switch. Super careful not to push it in, and we're going to set this to something like 10. You're going to press the button in, we're going to go up to select set, and we're going to press it in again. Again, it's very fiddly, because when you press it in you can very easily catch the up and down buttons, but hopefully you're only ever going to have to do this once. So although it's painful, there is a little bit of a knack to it, and the more you do it the easier it gets. So once it's worked and we press set, you'll see that it now says it's set to channel 10, which is great. So that's the first output on the SBUS decoder set. So we're gonna press the little button. Now it's output 2 that we're selecting. So if we go back to the SCC, then we can see that it's defaulted to 01, but we don't want 01. We're going to go down. You're going to fiddle again until we get this thing to select. There we go. And we're going to go and select channel 11. And then we're going to press it in again, and then we're going to go up, select set. I'm going to press it in again, and then when that's worked it says 11 at the top and bottom, and then we can select each of the other outputs as well. So press it again. We're now doing output 3. As you can see, the little lights come on, and if we look on the screen, by default it goes to channel 1. We don't want channel 1, we're going to put that onto 12, and then we can put channel 4 onto 13. Once we've done that, then we can plug it into the outputs, the SBUS output, onto the X6R. And by plugging servos into all 4 outputs, if I move the switches connected to outputs 10, 11, 12 and 13 in the radio, then guess what? They all work. Isn't that cool? So this is a very cheap and cheerful way to get a little device, stick it on the side of an existing receiver, or it might be something like you're using, you have maybe an X4R that you've had kicking around, you want to use it in a plane but you need some more outputs. You can get one of these and stick it by the side, use the SBUS output on whatever receiver you've got, and then you can connect up to 4 PWM controlled devices. Just a little word of caution, because looking at this I was thinking, oh, this could be very good actually. If you had a really complicated wing and a scale model, maybe you could have 2 SBUS decoders, one in one wing, one in the other wing, and then you'd only have to actually connect up one 3-pin wire, and that would then control everything. So can you plug in more than one of these? Because in all the videos that I've seen, all the online documentation, it doesn't say. So let's see how that's going to work. So I've made the little cable here that has all the connections across the back, so we can plug a couple of these in together. I'm going to plug that into the S6R. I'm going to plug 2 of these configured SBUS decoders in side by side. Interestingly, they don't power up, so there's obviously some conflict, that maybe it's an ID or something, and when I unplug one of them, the second one that was still plugged in immediately flipped out and burnt one of what looks like one of the power controls inside. I can still access it and configure it, it just doesn't work when it's plugged in. So be very careful of that. Don't try and use more than one. If you're watching this video and you happen to know the trick to be able to use more than one, then please let me know, because I think the idea of using one of these in each wing in something like a scale model would drastically simplify the wiring. But for now, I'm not going to try that again, because one of them survived, the one that I unplugged, the other one fried itself. I'm going to keep this stuff in the bag for the next time that I need just 1 or 2 more PWM outputs. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organize all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching, and happy flying.